Ruud Van Nistelrooy back to Manchester United as a coach. Now then, we got plenty to talk about tonight. The Scotland game is just finishing off right now. Just seen a horrific scene there with the goalkeeper and what's going on there. I do not know. There was sheets up covering the not the goalkeeper, the forward for Hungary. So hopefully he's okay. We'll find out about that and maybe get some updates as we go forward. But yeah, the most important thing is obviously player welfare and hopefully everyone is able to go home. I don't know what was happening there. It looked very serious. So thoughts and wishes go out to the Hungarian striker that has just had that incident there with Angus Gunn, the Scotland goalkeeper. But yeah, Ruud Van Nistelrooy to Manchester United as a coach. What's going on there? Zirkzee U-turn, unsure about Manchester United. Updates on Wan-Bissaka and Mason Greenwood. Also, I don't really want to touch on Rabiot. We touched on it the other day. But yeah, some people are making out, I think caught offside it was that Rabiot is now a main target for Ten Hag this season. This is Forever United TV. I'm Adam. Welcome along to the show, everybody. Hope you've had a fantastic weekend. I have not been doing the watch-alongs this weekend. I've saved myself for the big games. I thought the games would be pretty poo. Just as Scotland go through, are Scotland going to get a penalty here? They are not. Wow, it is all going on. There has got to be a VAR review on that one. The Scots are going mental. But yes, boring games again in the Euros. And I'm thankful at not watching any of them or doing them. I fancy the other games tomorrow are going to be even more exciting. And of course, England on Tuesday. Maybe we'll talk about Kobbie Mainoo getting into the England side. I don't know. But yeah, we're here to talk about Ruud Van Nistelrooy, the man himself, the legend that was the Manchester United. I've got to say, best number 9 I've seen in years at Manchester. Honestly, without Wayne Rooney, Ruud Van Nistelrooy would have been the leading goal scorer at Manchester United of all time. Well, if he didn't have a fallout with Fergie, his ratio was second to none and better than anyone else that's even attempted it, or even attempted to become Manchester United's number 1 in that number 9 position. He was an out-and-out striker and a legendary, brilliant one at that. But as a coach, now we have to talk in a different language again. I don't want this to happen. I'm going to make this happen right now. I don't want this to happen. Why? Because I don't want to fall out of love with another legend. Like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as a manager, no, he kind of killed it a bit. And we had to separate our memory of a player with the nightmare that was him as a manager. Now, I know Ruud Van Nistelrooy is only coming in a coaching capacity, but let's be honest. For Ruud Van Nistelrooy and his career right now, moving to Manchester United, I don't know. Personally, I think it would be a waste of time for Ruud Van Nistelrooy. I think he's not going to get any further. He's a head coach at he was a head coach at PSV. He doesn't really want to drop back down again. I think Manchester United would have him there. Ten Hag would have him there forever and a day. But for him and his career, I think it's stifling it a little bit. I would love Van Nistelrooy back at the club just to actually show these guys how to put the ball in the back of the net. But I have to look at this from Van Nistelrooy's point of view and I have to go, don't do it, Ruud. That's just my personal opinion. Just don't do it. There's better offers out there. I personally would go and give Burnley a try. I think it fits him well. And you look at what happens. Look at what happens to managers that take the chance. Yes, some it doesn't work for. You can look at Lampard. You can look at Gerrard. Stick. But everyone has to test their mettle at some point. And I just think he's at the right stage now to go on to that next level. To go on and actually try himself in the Premier League. I think that's what Ruud Van Nistelrooy needs to do. And I think he will do all right at Burnley. He will do all right. He understands what the Premier League is about. And I think he has got a good knowledge of the game. You only have to listen to him speak. We've been talking about Ruud Van Nistelrooy recently simply because of Gerard Branthwaite. Ruud Van Nistelrooy took Branthwaite on loan off Everton last season, the season before last, and he's spoken in shining light on Branthwaite, bigged him up massively, said he was a brilliant player, but just in his explanation of how it was. How his time was there at PSV. He sort of slipped into how PSV played, and you can just see the passion for the game. Now, Ruud Van Nistelrooy coming to United, what will be that capacity? Will it be a coach? Will it be a striker coach? Will he really enhance himself as a coach, just being a striker coach at Manchester United? Or will it, in fact, be a replacement for Van der Gaag, who apparently is not dead cert to actually still be at Manchester United come next season? Romano has been talking, again hedging his bets saying that there is a concrete chance that Manchester United will have new staff next season. Oh, don't risk it too much, Fabrizio, will you? He says. But yes, Manchester United, I was just checking out a chance for Scotland there. United will be changing their staff this summer. There's a good chance that is going to happen. Okay, yeah. United are changing the staff. Van Nistelrooy coming in, I don't think works for him. For us, it's fantastic. And yeah, I could be selfish and greedy and say I want Van Nistelrooy, but I just don't see it happening. I think he's made of better things. And if he is going to be a coach at Manchester United, the number 2 behind Erik ten Hag, honestly, I don't think he's going to gain much. Like, in his defence, he has bigged up ten Hag. And he has said he puts him up there alongside some of the great Holland managers, Cruyff, LVG. Like, he's bigged him up and said, look, he loves his vision, he loves his knowledge of the game, how he plays, passion for the game. I think all Dutch footballers, coaches, everyone, all the passion is immense. Obviously, we know and we understand that, but I don't want Van Nistelrooy there at Manchester United if he's looking to enhance his career. I don't think it's a good move, and that's me just unselfishly saying, look, don't do it. I feel like he has got better options elsewhere, and I think he can carry on being a manager. I think he's already proved that he can be at PSV, and he can make it happen. But I just don't think it's the right fit. Manchester United is not a settled ship right now. It is a risk for anyone coming to Manchester United managerial-wise. And this is a manager that's dropping down off being a manager and then becoming second again. There's not much that happens like that. I mean, honestly, people have said to me, and I've said it before, I'd said just go to Burnley on a tweet, and people came back, do you not remember all the other coaches that have gone on and done well, seconds that have done well? And I'm like, who? Like, really? Like, being second in command doesn't guarantee you a place at the top table of being a great manager. You don't have to look at Brian Kidd, Steve McLaren. It's like he went to being a manager and then came back to being a coach again because he couldn't handle it. Ruud Van Nistelrooy, he's at the stage now where he needs to give being a manager a chance. Otherwise, I don't think he's going to get anywhere. I don't think it's ever going to happen for him. So, personally, I just feel like he needs to be a manager, and I think it's the right choice for him to look at Burnley. I think that's a better opportunity for Van Nistelrooy personally. And I think it would be not a mistake going to United because he will do well and we will benefit from it. But I'm unselfishly saying I don't want Van Nistelrooy at the club greedily. And inside, I'm like, I'd love Van Nistelrooy. I'd absolutely love Van Nistelrooy at Manchester United. I think he would be a great acquisition. I think he would be a great coach. And I think our goals would go up if he was our striker coach. I think it would be absolutely brilliant. I do. I just look at it for him and go, no, not for me. I think he'll go elsewhere and be a manager. I think that's what he wants. I think at this stage of his career, that's what's needed. And personally, I just look at United again, like I said, who wants to be that coach right now at Manchester United? Who wants to be there with everything and the uncertainty and no one knows what's happening? He's just a bit of a poison chalice right now. And I know it's not the big name, big manager job, but people have said to me, look, Van Nistelrooy could be the replacement for Ten Hag when he gets sacked. Are we not supposed to be backing Ten Hag, guys? I mean, come on. Like, you're having a go at me for saying that he's not the right man, we can't move forward, and people are already looking to replace him with Ruud Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy is not at the level to manage Manchester United. He needs to go to the likes of Burnley and learn how the Premier League works at this stage and in this era. That's what he needs to do. Personally, I just don't think he's going to enhance his career going to Manchester United. He's going to go off the radar. No one's going to talk about him. And how long can he wait? How long? Like, he's nearly in his 50s. He's like, I think he's late 47 or something like that, I think he's now. So how long does he want to be a coach at Manchester United? Then he's into his 50s. I know that's still an alright age for a manager, but why don't you just take the risk, take the chance as it is now? If he's backing himself, he doesn't go to Manchester United. It's as simple as that. He just doesn't do it. And I feel like he will be pushed and he will want to test himself. And if we're looking to replace him, Ten Hag with Van Nistelrooy, I'll say no again. I don't think that's the right move. I don't think it's the right move for Van Nistelrooy or Manchester United. We need to move away from the old school players. We need to move away from legends of the game. And so, yeah, honestly, no. I'm just going to say it. I'm trying to convince myself as we're talking here, and I'm waiting for someone to come up with a good argument for me to say, keep him at the football club. And bring him back to the football club. He's the right choice, but no one can really convince me that it's the right move for Van Nistelrooy. And I think everybody worries about the former player situation. It's not helped anyone at Manchester United, so I just want him to actually do well on his own and then become a great manager, and maybe in the future be Manchester United manager. But Van Nistelrooy is not the manager for Manchester United, I don't think. If he's a coach in some capacity at the football club, it's not going to get any better for him being at Manchester United behind Ten Hag especially. And what if Ten Hag gets sacked and another manager comes in and then wants to replace all of the staff? Because that is usually what happens. So Ten Hag right now, he's hanging on by a thread. He's not even signed his new contract yet. So why would Van Nistelrooy, with Burnley now looking and Manchester United uncertainty with Ten Hag, him not signing a deal, Ten Hag might go, then why would Van Nistelrooy commit to Manchester United? It just makes no sense at all to me. I think he'd be a great coach for United, you know what, and jump at the opportunity, but for him, no, I don't see it happening. Let's get into the comments, guys. What are you saying? Sorry, Adam, I cannot back no tactics or will not. I'm not sure what you're on about with that one there, mate. Just elaborate on that a bit. All my English has left my body. I will make no sense for the rest of the evening if I ever do. I'm not sure what that means either. Let's see. Yes, I thought it was a definite penalty for Scotland, says Andrew. Hello, Adam. I am slow off the starting blocks tonight. You will well beat me, says Robert. Don't worry, mate. It's different times. Like he would be incredible, but it just sounds so would just be such a step down and a case of being more qualified than the boss. For him, I hope he doesn't come. It's sad to say, isn't it? It's like we want a legend of this football club back at the football club, but we don't at the same time. That's what we're saying. That's the horrible part about this for Van Nistelrooy. We would love him to be back. We want him to come back. I just don't think it's the right environment for him to come back. So it's going to be a no from me. And I think it will be a no from Van Nistelrooy. I do. And it's going to be one of them situations that the fan base is kind of stuck in the middle with. I don't think anyone is convinced of his qualities yet. We'd like to bring him back just for nostalgia reasons because he is an absolute legend of the football club. 10 minutes of added time in the Scotland game. The pressure and the nerves are really kicking in right now in that game. We'll keep you updated on the game. We've got it on here. I'll keep you all up to date with everything that's going on as well. Next season was written off the moment Ineos listened to the fans and retained Erik ten Hag. Said it soon as it happened. No top players will want to join to play under him. Oof, God, that was almost curtains for Scotland there. Hungary going right through on goal. Let's see. Hello, Rico as well. I want Martin Edward back as our owner. The only time the club was run the right way. Christopher, you can't even really say that because Manchester United weren't floated at that time. So we don't know how Martin Edwards would have been with United being floated. It was moved on at that point, wasn't it? So really what you're saying is you would love Manchester United to be privately owned and not on the stock market, basically. It's not just one man. It was easier to run Manchester United when we weren't needing to adhere to rules and shareholders and get everyone's opinions and everyone's permission to do things. Oh dear, Scotland are in trouble. This could be night. Scotland, it's off the post. Oh God, they are living dangerously right now. What's up, you dosser alien? What are you doing, mate? Hope you're well. What's going on? Like, this game is actually... That is a big miss. Off the post. Oh, God. I tell you what, Scotland's hearts in mouth moment right there, guys. Oh, God. It's one of them, innit? Do or die moments. Now, this is turned into a knockout game. Germany just scored, apparently. Oh, God. It's all going on. 1-1 for Germany, so that means that they will win the group. So that means England, if they didn't manage to beat Denmark, Slovenia on Tuesday, don't have to worry about playing Germany in the next round. Because I think if we came second, then we would be playing Germany. I think that's right. I'll have to double check that anyway. Please give the video a like, guys. Keep them coming in. I know it's an awkward time with all the football going on again. We're just doing what we can to squeeze the videos in right now, guys, and I appreciate you all joining in. So please get your comments in. Let me know what you think. What would you do? Would you put yourself in Ruud Van Nistelrooy's shoes right now? What would you do? Tell me. Actually, I'm going to put a poll up. Let's just see now. 1 second. Simple. It's in there now, guys. Ruud back as a coach at Manchester United. Yes or no? Look at it whichever way you want to do it. Look at it as Ruud Van Nistelrooy and him taking a step down, essentially. Look at it in your own eyes. You may want Van Nistelrooy back and it'd be better for the club. It is. It is very good for Manchester United if we bring him in. I want Van Nistelrooy to become a great manager. I do. And I think he can be. I think he's very knowledgeable. And I think he talks a good game. And he has done well so far. Worked his way up through PSV. Does he want to be always an assistant? No. That's what you've got to say. Does he always want to be that man that's second fiddle? Like, he will go off the radar if he becomes Manchester United coach. He will. Erik ten Hag obviously trying to insulate himself by getting his own yes men in situ. How does Erik ten Hag getting his own people marry with the Ineos roadmap, says Gary? I'm not sure. This is why I'm not fully sure about this story either. Like, he may have been offered a job. It may just be one of them. It could be the Gary O'Neill like he was at Wolves, offered the coaching job at Manchester United. It could be that. But we just don't know how serious it is. That's all we could say. Hi, Adam. I would never take a job as an assistant, especially when you've been number one. And that's Lee from Cape Town, who has just renewed his membership for a 5th month. What a legend of a man you are, Lee. Love that, buddy. I don't want him under Ten Hag, says Venetia. Yeah, no, definitely not. Lee Cape Town has a new membership and renewed a membership. That's strange. He must have two. Don't know what's happened there. It's just the way it's come up on my screen. But I love it anyway. Good to see your name up there, mate. It's an Ineos coach, not Erik ten Hag choice. Well, apparently Ten Hag has asked for Ruud Van Nistelrooy. Those are the rumours and those are the stories going about. But, hey, we'll come back to this as well. I got a feeling we may get a few more people in when the Scotland game finishes. So we may just come back and revisit this. But other news coming out, I'm just going to run through everything with you guys right now. One that came out again from Fabrizio Romano earlier on, talking to SOS Fanta as well, is that Joshua Zirkzee's priority is to join AC Milan. Zirkzee had his eyes set on Milan, which is a bit of a concern, and why there is probably a standoff right now, and why Kia Joorabchian has probably pushed. Chance for Scotland, it's got to be. Oh my day, he's offside, doesn't matter. Scott McTominay just looked like he'd missed an absolute sitter, but it was flagged offside. It wouldn't have counted anyway. Let's just have a double check here. A country mile offside. Never in doubt. Another boring 0-0 draw. God, I definitely made the right choice in not picking these games today. Tomorrow's going to be a miles better game. Tomorrow I've got Croatia versus Italy, everybody, so make sure that you're tuned in. The link is pinned in the live chat and in the description below. Please, please, please join us there for the watch along. We are building the channel up and up and up. Next season is going to be absolutely off the scale for watch alongs, guys, so make sure you get yourself logged in and ready for tomorrow. We're covering the England game, and we have a guest on watching the England game with me as well on Tuesday night. So make sure you're all ready and set, guys. But yes, Joshua Zirkzee, did you guys, or are you actually surprised that this story has now come out that Zirkzee could possibly want to go elsewhere and not Manchester United? Nothing has been straightforward with Manchester United in any part of this summer so far. There's always been a subplot to every single player that we're linked with. And this is another one. Like, we knew that AC Milan were involved. The commission with Kia Joorabchian, Zirkzee's agent, has been an issue. We know that as well. And of course now you've got the player kicking up a stink. If this player prefers to go to AC Milan over Manchester United, then we need to leave well away, to be honest. Scotland just had 2 great chances. Man, that was wasted. Oh, God. No, just having a look at it now. Hanley has to do better with that. He has to do better with that. 2 minutes for Scotland to save themselves. Even getting top 3, they can't even make that. Jesus Christ. Come on, Scotland, for God's sake. Thought we were finished with jobs for the boys, says Joe Franco. Yes, hit the like button if you want new signings. That's what Kaz says. That's what will happen, guys. If you like the video, United will sign someone before the end of June. I'm kidding. But let's try and make it happen ourselves, eh? The Euros have been crap. This tournament needs to stop. Yes, Alien. The football has been diabolical. The fact that we've had 6 own goals in this tournament, like low-scoring games, like, it's just been too safe. It's been too safe. Oh, chance for Scotland again, and it's a corner. Good God, man. Last chance saloon here. We're into the last minute of the actual injury time. 10 minutes. Hell no, United being used again. We are just being used by players and agents again, says DM and Barry White. Christopher, I thought Fletcher was just the water boy. Jobs for the boys. I think we know how not devastated I would be about this. Let them have him and his hamstring injuries. That is that was Louise's. Oh, nope. Chance gone for Scotland there, almost. And Hungary are on the break. Oh, this could be it. Oh, and they're through on goal. Literally 30 seconds to go in injury time. Chance. Game over. Hungary are going through. Unbelievable scenes. I cannot believe what I'm watching here. Scotland just missed a great chance. And now they are out. Rock bottom. 0 wins. 1 draw. Have they even scored? I think they've not even scored themselves, have they? Did they score a goal against Switzerland, or was that 0-0? I can't even remember now. No, they scored. Yes, big deflection. Scott McTominay. Then they had their own goal. Another one for Rudiger. Scotland are shit. I'm sorry. They are out of Euro 2024. What a time to score a bleeding goal. The 99th minute of injury time. Wow. Holy shit. What a way to finish. That is it, guys. Scotland are out of the Euros. Everything is done. Wow. They couldn't hit a pound door. Scotland are out. Yes, guys. I like Scotland. I wish they were better. Unfortunately, though, guess they ain't. And they are gone. Well and truly. Finito. Bye-bye the Scots. Is he onside, though? Is he onside? I don't know if he was onside or not there. Looks it. Just watching it back. Interesting. I really don't think United are in for anyone. They just keep making low offers. Make our face look good. At least McTominay puts himself in the shot window by Scotty. I don't think it's going to go. We're talking about how Manchester United are struggling in this transfer window to get anyone in. And I don't think we're going to be able to get rid of the players that really needed to go either. If we're struggling for players in the in column in terms of transfers, then we do need to retain quite a few players as well. DM says, waiting for the spin of new defender signing of Johnny Evans. New midfielder in Mount being uninjured. Just need a striker. You can see the headlines coming. You could see what's happening. Hungary have made it through to the knockout stages of Euro 2024. Absolutely incredible finish to that game. Wow. Wow. Scotland are out. But yeah, we're moving on. Other news regarding transfers, guys, and that is in the outside of things. And that is that Aaron Wan-Bissaka has apparently verbally agreed on a contract at Galatasaray. Manchester United want 15 million euros for the right back, but Galatasaray are trying to reduce the fee to 10 million. Further talks to take place this week, in fact. That coming from Fanatic online, Turkish media outlet, and they're saying that Wan-Bissaka is happy to join Galatasaray and reunite with his old teammate Louis Zaha. That one, guys, I don't know what you think about Wan-Bissaka leaving Manchester United. Are you that bothered if he's gone? Are you worried if Wan-Bissaka goes that we're not going to bring in another right back? The situation with right back and left back at Manchester United right now is becoming a very serious one, because we talked yesterday about Luke Shaw and the uncertainty of his future at Manchester United, the injury situations that Luke Shaw's got. You've got all of that going on. No idea what's going on at left back. Then you sell Wan-Bissaka. That leaves Dalot alone at right back. And now, what do we buy? A left back or a right back? I think we have to buy a right back. Priority needs to move from left to right, surely. Cheers for the super chat, Lee, Cape Town. Speaking of players, I'd keep Amrabat and hope Collier comes through, because the way we are going, we ain't getting any players. Wages is a problem. I don't think wages are a problem for us to bring in. We've already cleared the wage bill. It's the transfer fees that are killing us, Lee, at the moment. When you think about what we've actually saved in wages with players that we've just released, then you can definitely look at the positive in that being that we can at least offer players a reasonable wage. It's crazy. Antoinette ONG, thank you for renewing that membership. 26 months. I challenge anyone to beat that. A member for 26 months. We need a new right back if Aaron Wan-Bissaka goes. I'd keep him, no. I think he's out the door. The only reason Man United kept him on a one-year contract was to sell him on and not give him a new deal. We're going to have to let these players go this summer as well. We've talked about this a plenty, because next summer they're all going on a free. So, yeah. Hey, Adam, watching from Trinidad and Tobago. Sorry I'm late. You're not late, mate. You're welcome anytime. Anyone joining just now, they may have been watching the Euros game, Germany and Switzerland, or Hungary versus Scotland. You're more than welcome to the show a little bit later than normal. Look, well, the Euros are going on. The shows are here, there, and bleeding everywhere, guys. It's just the way it is. We have to get through it. Hopefully the Euros actually start to ignite in the next, couple of weeks. Because this weekend, obviously, the knockouts start. So hopefully a bit more jeopardy in these games, and we're going to have some better entertainment. In other news for Manchester United on the transfer front, this was the one I was talking about at the start of the show. Rabiot apparently is priority midfielder target now for Erik ten Hag this summer. That according to Caught Offside. Obviously, we all know who they are. I'm not too sure about this one. I've said the only Edson Alvarez or Rabiot, we had that debate the other day, and if it was a pick between them two, I would save the money and bring Rabiot in, but then you've got to negotiate his wages. We know what Rabiot's about. He had a shocker of a game against Holland the other night after having a decent one in the first game against Austria. So, not convinced, very inconsistent again. Yes, free transfer, but should Manchester United be looking to bring players in just because they're on a free transfer? Should we be looking to bring anyone in just for the sake of it? No, we shouldn't. We should go nowhere near that. And personally, I'd be happy if we didn't sign anyone just because we needed to get bodies in. It's the way that Manchester United should be running. So, looking at it, you've got to say, United now, we're struggling. And then you start to look to the youth team. Unless something comes out this week and surprises us, then I don't see much more happening. It's a weird one right now. It really is. So, yeah, no to Rabiot. Wan-Bissaka should be going. Then that gives us another player that we need to buy. We know we need to strengthen the spine of the side. We know we need a centre-back, a centre midfielder and a centre-forward. If Wan-Bissaka goes, then Manchester United need a right-back. You cannot ignore that. we've got cover at left back with Dalot at least. So when you're prioritising everything, we've got Malacia, we've got Shaw, and we've got Dalot as an emergency at left back. All we've got on the right is Dalot. That's if Wan-Bissaka is sold. So you have to buy a right back. You have to go in for another right back. Otherwise, we are going to be left short, and then everyone's going to be using that same old excuse as we did last season about the injuries. And Manchester United not having enough cover, enough depth. Something needs to kickstart as soon as July comes. Like I've said it all along, I don't expect United to buy anybody until after June 30th. It's coming up. It's less than a week away now. And then I think it's going to kickstart absolutely everything. Let's get into your comments and see what you guys are saying. The worry of Wan-Bissaka. I watched Frimpong in the Euros. I don't think he's good enough defensively for a Prem, to be honest. Craig, Frimpong's been playing on the right wing. Like, he's hardly played in a conventional right back position. He's not played it all season. And I just don't think he's the right man. I think we've got enough going for it. Unless Ten Hag's going to change his shape, never going to happen. And he's going to change his team and shake up some players, never going to happen. Then there's no point in bringing that type of player in. Honestly, right now, everyone that we've been linked with looks like they could be going the opposite way. And we should be looking at targets now and people, and you're getting the names coming up now. Like these are the worrying signs. The names are coming up now that you thought, oh God, that's about third or fourth choice down the list. That out of everyone that's available, they are way down that list, and that's what's happening right now. Unfortunately for us fans, we're stuck with Ineos and this fresh start and the new era, and it getting off to an absolute stinker because of the mess that this football club's in. I still can't understand how Ineos didn't realise that this was happening. And going back to that interview again, Sir Jim Radcliffe giving it the big one, I think he was very, very silly in what he did. I just think he was trying to appease the fans. And that's all anyone seems to be doing at the moment. I think Ten Hag was because of the fans in keeping him. There has been no real decisive decisions made at Manchester United yet on the playing, coaching side of things at all. Like the only thing that's been announced or has been clinical has been the 50 million granted to redo Carrington. Carrington that you can't even drive into because there's not enough parking spaces. The media need to be minibused into Carrington right now because we put an extension onto the academy side of the training ground just to house the women's team. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. It is a bit of a mess. Let's just say that. But yeah, in terms of players, it is a worry. United need to raise money. Now, there is a positive, which is that Mason Greenwood now looks like we're getting serious movements. And the news and stories around Mason are a deal for Mason Greenwood. Greenwood's departure from Manchester United could be struck this week, according to the MEN. Juventus, Lazio and Napoli are all keen. It looks like we're getting close to the end of Mason Greenwood saga. Greenwood Gate is almost over, guys. We are getting very, very close to agreeing a deal. Who it will be with, I don't know. It could be bleeding anyone. It might even be Valencia in Spain. Anything can happen now with Mason Greenwood. Anything that we've spoken about is definitely a possibility for Mason Greenwood. Modern Samurai, welcome back to the chat, mates. Good to have you back in, pal. He's dropped 5 memberships in there as well, and they have been taken by Mashup, Waving King, Kevin Ross, Richie Rolls 99, Lee Richards. Thank you very much, Modern Samurai. Good to have you back in, mate. I know you've been a busy man. Guys, come on as well with the likes. We're only 9 away. Lee Cape Town is bigging it up there in the super chat as well. Thank you, Lee. Loving your contributions tonight, mate. Keep them coming. Let's share the video, and please do make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, guys. We want to get as many people in as possible. Go and watch the short that's on the channel as well, guys, that I've just posted. Like, seriously, that guy was serious. I'm not going to say anything else, but there's a short that's gone out today on the channel. Me talking to fans outside Old Trafford. Go watch it. That happened. It did, honestly. It did. He did say them things. And there we go, straight past the 100 likes. Thank you, everybody. Right, in terms of Mason Greenwood, where you guys at? Where do you think he will go? Get your comments in the comment section there. We're just going to recap because of the few people that have just come in. We're talking about Ruud Van Nistelrooy. My opinion is United taking Van Nistelrooy as a coach would be great for the club, probably great for Ten Hag, but not for Ruud Van Nistelrooy. If I was him, I would be looking to carry on my managerial career rather than downgrading and going back to being a coach. But hey, decisions can be made and surprises can happen. Like the lure of Manchester United for Van Nistelrooy is probably big. We know how he's seen amongst the fans. We know how he's seen at Manchester United and what he's thought of at the football club. It's for Ruud a big decision to make. I think he will make a sensible one, though, personally. I think he will go to Burnley if that deal is on. He needs to be a manager, not a coach. Going backwards now at this stage, I just don't feel like it's something he would do. I just got that feeling. I have got a poll up as well, guys, which is Ruud back as a coach. 84% of you have said yes. Now, I understand that, and I'm with you on that one, because I would love him back as a coach. As a United fan, being greedy and selfish, give me Ruud Van Nistelrooy all day, every single day. I fucking love the man. Absolute legend. But for him, it's a no-go. Don't do it. I'd go to Burnley. It's crazy for me to say that, isn't it? It is. Because United need all the help we can get. Ten Hag needs all the help he can get. We've seen the struggles. But let's be honest. Another man coming into Manchester United isn't going to stop the way Ten Hag plays on the pitch. Like Ruud Van Nistelrooy can do... Adam is so rude. Modern Samurai's back. He's on form. Hey, I was what's the name? What was that? What was I going to say then? Oh God, I fucking forgot it now. Come back to me in a minute. What's he going to do in the Championship? Look, like the Championship is a great league. It is a great league, and you know what? Look at what Company did. A year in the Championship, into the Premier League, and now he's at Bayern Munich. You know what? If you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the lottery, do you? You got no chance. So he has to trust himself that he can do something. The Championship is a serious level. Look at McKenna, for God's sake. He dropped down. Within 2 years, he brought his team up from League One to the Premier League in Ipswich. It happens. It happens. Opportunities arise. Gary O'Neill, another manager that came through, took his chance at Bournemouth, wrongly let go. Although it looks right now with the manager that they've got in there now at Bournemouth. And then he's now comfortably in at Wolves. This happens. Dropping down a level in management is not going off the scene completely in coaching. You get forgotten about. And managers are selfish. If they can get the best in-class coaches around to help them, they are not going to let them go. And they will always be in the shadows. Ruud Van Nistelrooy now needs to spread his wings and he needs to give himself a bit of a challenge. And hopefully, the challenge he gets at Burnley, if he does take the job, will put him in good stead to become a better manager. It gives him more experience. It beds him into English football. And I feel he has got a good team there at Burnley to come straight back up and already boost up his credentials. That's how I see it. Callus 19, David GBR, Keith Thomas, Gareth Wood, MT, welcome to the members club. They were gifted by you know who, the Honest Tiger, the legend, not the Honest Tiger, sorry, God's sake, I've completely mixed up there. How dare I say that's over Modern Samurai? I'm not saying Honest Tiger isn't a good member and donator, he's a legend as well. Both fantastic, but Modern Samurai smashing it again tonight. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate that. Guys, in the chat, in the link pinned at the top of the chat is the TIFO watch-along platform. That's where we're doing our watch-alongs for the Euros and where we will be doing all Manchester United games next season, the away ones, that is. And maybe some home ones. We don't know. All next season. Get involved in it, guys, and get yourselves on the show. That's it. Wouldn't be surprised if we asked him to come out of retirement. No, don't say that. Modern summary after again. Modern summary. Christopher got the typo there. Sorry, guys. Oh, stop. Love to be mentioned with Honest Tiger legend. Love that, Modern Samurai. It's good to have you back in the chat, mate. That guy Ricky loves. That guy is Ricky's love child. He would take Mike Smalling back. Graham's been and watched the short. Good on you, mates. It was a funny one. It really was. Okay, I want you all to get involved in the poll, please, guys. Whichever way you want to do it. I want to get more opinions in regarding Ruud Van Nistelrooy. I want to get your yes or no. Try and explain why as well you would take him or you wouldn't. Do you think it's good for him? Or are you just being greedy as a United fan wanting Ruud Van Nistelrooy back? Because you know we can enhance at least our strikers, for God's sake. I mean, come on. He must at least give our strikers some hope. You would have hoped so, wouldn't you? But yeah, we will see. We'll see what happens with that one. We'll get him in. Don't worry about your typos, Christopher. The best of us do them, including myself. Sorry, Graham. Smalling was a favourite of mine. We should not have sold him. Past it now, though. Another comment in there that says Ruud in, Zirkzee in. Well, Ruud, Darryl may turn it away because he's got a better offer. And Zirkzee, apparently, according to Romano, prefers AC Milan. If you've got a player there that is more... If United come in with an offer and the player doesn't want to join, or he sees another club as a better opportunity for him, or he prefers another club, then for me, that's a bye-bye, move-on moment. Like, you're trying to get a player in that doesn't want to be at Manchester United. Now, all options are open for every player, and they can change their mind and go about it the other way, but still, if this man wants to go to AC Milan... let him go. Walk away and let them deal with that commission situation there. There are other strikers out there United could be going for. 42 million can get you a lot. It can. Maybe it can get you more than Joshua Zirkzee. But again, I want players that want to play for Manchester United. If he's thinking or even testing the waters with AC Milan, I don't want to know him. I don't know if that story's true. That's on Fabrizio Romano. He said that apparently today. Again, if you have just joined us, let me know about the news regarding Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Apparently, verbally agreeing terms with Galatasaray. And talks will go on this week about the fee. Manchester United want in the region of 15 million euros. Galatasaray trying to bring that into 10 million. That according to the Turkish media outlet. Let me know what you think about that. And does that automatically mean that we need to buy a right back? Other news, Greenwood should get some action this week. Lazio, Napoli and Juventus all vying for his signature, which should open up a little bit of a bidding war as such and give United an opportunity to actually get more money out of this deal. And then we're looking at, I think we've said everything now actually. Yeah, Zirkzee and Rabiot as well came up with the news. I'm caught offside about Ten Hag now being his priority midfielder to bring in this summer. Where did that come from? Is it just because we've got no money and the media are making stories up that we need to go for free transfers? Or is there anything genuine? Is there actually legs in Rabiot coming to Manchester United? I actually think that it's a made-up story because I don't think Manchester United are going to... I don't think Manchester United are going to actually pay them wages. It's stupid. Trilliano, yeah, sorry, I got it wrong, mate, in terms of the Premiership and the Championship. Completely apologise. I did just say that then. I still think Van Nistelrooy is getting a better opportunity at Burnley. I think Burnley have got a squad that will come straight back up. It will boost Van Nistelrooy and his credentials right up there, and then he's into the Premier League. And I think it will be a good time to come through in the Premier League as well. With the uncertainty of everything going around with the Premier League, to be away from it for a season... apply your trade in the Championship at a decent level with Burnley. I think that's good. Disagree on which part, K, mate? Just let me know, pal. Scotland are out. We know, Ashley. Thank you. It's an old post of Romano. It's been reported at Milan dropped their interest. I think we have wool pull over our heads here, or this player is daft, to be honest. He does prefer to go AC Milan now. Anything, like, at least I don't even care if it was said or when it was said. If there is an indication that he wants to go to AC Milan, then I don't want him at Manchester United. I don't want him there. I had to drop off to watch the short clip. Jonathan, what did you think of the short clip? Let me know. We don't need only names. We need players who play their hearts out for the team. Yes, we do. Zirkzee ain't good enough. I'd be glad if he were to Milan. Kane, that's what I said. So I don't know why you're disagreeing with me. Like, if he's happy to go Milan, let him go Milan. Honestly, that's my opinion on it. I think he's an alright forward. I kind of slightly agree with what Dwight York said. We were talking about it in the paper round this morning when Dwight York saying United need a more experienced player. Honestly, if you had to offer me Zirkzee or Jonathan David, I would go with David because I think he fits the mould. I don't think the expectation levels are as high, and he would be a player that would be willing to sit out and then take his chance off the bench. And I think he would take his chance. I do. Please give the video a like, guys. We're almost at the 150 mark. All the latecomers coming in after the football. Really appreciate you joining us at this late hour. Shows don't usually go this late. We'll be back at the normal time tomorrow in the evening and the lunchtime. We'll be going straight from the live show here on FUTV across the TIFO. Link in the live chat, guys, pinned at the top. Click on the link, sign up. You won't regret it. It is the best watch-along platform out there, and everybody gets involved in it. Video calls, people coming on, having their say. We have competitions and everything going on in there. It's brilliant. It's miles better than anything else out there. Get involved. Get on it. Are we going straight across from here tomorrow after the evening show to the Italy-Croatia game? I think that's the best one tomorrow. Let's see if Croatia have got anything in them. But yes, Alien in there with a chat. Jonathan, it was a toss-up between Smalling, Jones and Evans, who left initially. Joycey says we should be keeping our Wan-Bissaka if he is one of the best, one of the one-on-one tacklers going. Doku even had to move to the other side because he had him in his pocket. What odd occasions here and there, Wan-Bissaka does look like the absolute right back, doesn't he? But he is consistent. He switches off. He always plays players on side. He's crap in the air, and he hasn't got an end product going forward. United need more. If we're playing inverted bleeding wingers, sometimes inverted fullbacks, then we need someone who's technically better. Look, we have to trust in Ten Hag now. I'm being told that we have to trust Ten Hag. Wan-Bissaka doesn't fit in Ten Hag's system. We won't go anywhere with the combination of Ten Hag and Wan-Bissaka. One has to go. The obvious one is Wan-Bissaka, clearly, because Ten Hag's got he's thanking his lucky charms, and he's got another year at least at Manchester United. Or will he? We'll see. He has to hit the ground running. I just hope, do you know what? I hope that if we don't sign players, because Ineos have stood strong, that the fan base actually get behind them and not use it as an excuse for Ten Hag about not being backed in the summer. Because we're in a situation, and we've been crying out for a structure to come in for absolutely yonks now. And now we've actually started saying no and overpaying for players. The fans are going to turn on it and say that he's not been backed. Look, I still think we're going to sign players. I actually don't mind how Ineos are approaching this window. And I don't mind us walking away from players. Look, it's a short-term loss for a long-term gain. And I think this is what we're going to have to... We're going to have to see what Ten Hag can deal with and do with this squad. 85% of you are actually going for Ruud Van Nistelrooy as a coach. Cheers for all of them votes, everybody. And we just passed the 150 like mark as well. It is getting late. Everyone has got work tomorrow. In the chat, guys, is that link to TIFO, our watch-along station, where we do all of the watch-alongs for the Euros and going into next season as well, guys. So please go across, click on the link, sign up, take you 2 minutes most. You can do it on your phone. You can watch it on your phone. It is perfect platform to watch watch-alongs, get involved wherever you are, and you can get involved straight off your phone as well. So that is it, guys, for this evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on this late show. Back to normal time tomorrow. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. The football is back. We are live with the 2 shows tomorrow. We are live with the watch-along as well in the evening. And again, the same on Tuesday and Wednesday before we break with the watch-alongs on Thursday and Friday before the knockout stages of the Euros. Guys, you are all absolute legends. I love you all to bits. Thank you so much. Again, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you tune in for the first time. Scotland are out. What a shame. England's turn on Tuesday. I'll be back tomorrow, 12 o'clock as normal. And that is us all finished, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good evening.